Well, hello, welcome. I'm Rich Bontrager, better known as the Trigger from Rock the Stage Media. Thanks to join us here today for this live stream, and we're going to talk about branding, marketing, media, streaming media, the power of leveraging media. But first, I want to thank Shelly Harrison from Luminary Leaders for inviting me to be here. I'm happy to be a part of Luminary Leaders, be one of her clients that she helps represent. So thanks for making this all happen today, Shelly. The brand of you. That's really what you need to be thinking more and more about. If you are about with social media, if you are a speaker, if you're an author, if you're an expert, you need to start thinking not just about you as that label. You need to think about the brand of you. You are a brand. You are the brand now. More than anything else, you need to understand that the book you sell is part of your brand. Maybe your podcast is part of your brand. Maybe your blog is part of your brand. But the real fact is, you are the brand, and I'm going to talk today about how to leverage yourself to become that brand authority to shine brighter and shiner. Part of my brand promise is I help people shine on camera, shine on stage to elevate them and their brand authority. Why? So you get greater results, greater clients, more money, more bookings. So it's all about shining. I'm going to begin with a brief little story. I want to take you back to when I was a little itty bitty kid, little Richie. Sunday nights were a big thing with my family. Sunday night was always get together and watch TV. There were two favorite shows, but the number one show was, of course, The Wonderful World of Disney. That's going to date me a little bit, but stay with me. We all know the power of Disney. No matter which Disney park you love, you know the characters, the stories, and it's an amazing branding marketing tool for everything they do. But you have to go back to the original concept of Disney. When Walt Disney, the founder, first created Disney, there were two essential brand elements. Number one was Mickey Mouse, the cartoon character that he created. And to this day, if you walk throughout the park, Mickey Mouse is still number one. Second with the branding of Disney was Walt himself. You could not separate Walt and Mickey. It was Mickey and Walt, Walt and Mickey. There was back and forth. If you walk into the park, there are statues of Walt and Mickey together. They were the brand identity. Sunday nights, we would sit down to watch The Wonderful World of Disney, all excited. We had our popcorn. We're getting ready to go. And we wanted to watch Davy Crockett. We wanted to watch the latest release of Disney on this Sunday night live premiere. But Walt Disney did something very special. Walt Disney would start about a 15-minute monologue. But he would talk about the new attractions coming to the latest Disney park. He would talk about the new story, animations. He would have props and different things with him in his studio audit. And he would talk to us as if he was talking to us one-to-one. He would literally invite you into his office and tell you and vision cast and highlight the amazing things of Disney. If you go back and watch these on YouTube and other places, you can watch the content. Oftentimes, Disney, Walt himself, was better, more entertaining, more informative, more captivating than the Sunday night feature. That's how he leveraged his virtual stage. Dial it forward to today. The virtual stage is real. We can leverage media like never before by ourselves the way Disney did himself. And that's what this is all about here today. First, you need to have that mindset change that I started to talk about. You are the brand. Another story, real briefly, is Kentucky Fried Chicken. We all love KFC. It's the best chicken in the world, isn't it? You have a picnic. But KFC did not want to have a real brand. The chicken was great. It was really wonderful. The Colonel, that we all know as the logo, the spokesman, the authority of the great chicken, the Colonel did not want to be the main spokesman. It was actually Dave, who later started Wendy's, was an employee of the Colonel's. And Dave encouraged him to become the face and the brand of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Recently, we've seen different people put on a costume, try to be the Colonel, but it doesn't work because there's only one Colonel. If you knew the voice, if you knew the personality, it stuck so powerfully. You can do the same thing because you are the brand. You are the one that can now leverage media like never before. You can now talk to and communicate to people around the world. You can stream live and interact like we're doing right now. You have the power to become the brand. Before you launch off, you must figure out your brand story. Your brand story is more about you and not the products that you have. This is a big game changer. You need to think back in your life history and what makes you unique, what makes you special. What's that defining story that's going to grab people in and say, ooh, not only are they a great author, a great speaker, they have a great business. What's that unique story that people want to know about you? Now, I've been a professional broadcaster for over 36 years. I travel, I speak on stages. I coach people on how to speak and present better and better. But I live with a lifelong stutter. To this day, that stutter is still with me. That makes me unique. When I get introduced on stage and they say, Rich Trigger Bontrager is here, he's going to help you shine on camera and shine on stage. The guy that stutters for a living. And people laugh and they cheer, and it's a great grabbing story. It's part of my brand. What is your brand story? What makes you unique? Write that down. Think about what's your brand story. Now, as you start building this out, we get to build our media empires now. Yes, we can become our own NBC, our own ABC, our own CBS. Whatever network you love, you get to become now. This is where we need to start thinking about what we have. We all talk about our social channels. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we're streaming here on Facebook, I know. We all leverage these social channels in different ways. But think now about the makeup of the major networks. At the middle of CBS is CBS and Paramount. CBS and Paramount are almost inseparable now. But when you look at what CBS is doing and Paramount is doing, you don't just have CBS. You have CBS Sports. You have CBS talk shows. You have Paramount Plus. You have all these different satellite outlets that are based with CBS and Paramount. Think of yourself now as CBS. You are the brand. You are the centerpiece of everything you do. Now you have your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, you have your TikTok, all these satellite stations out there. Here's the game changer. Most people push content out to their social media. It goes out to the social. You probably say that. I'm going to push it out to my social media. What you need to be thinking about, how it points back to you as the authority, as the expert. Your Twitter points back to you and the offerings and the things you have. But sometimes you want to post something over on Facebook and then link it over to your YouTube channel to tell people more about who you are. You want to build everything so your media empire points back to you. You want to think about how they're building this out in a way that when they go to your YouTube channel, when they go to your Facebook channel, when they go to your Instagram channel, the banner is identical. Look at CBS, look at NBC. They have their main emblems on everything they do because you know it's CBS. You know it's NBC with the peacock. You need to establish a brand identity. So no matter which channel they're going to, which social platform they're on, it's the same face in your logo. Use the same branded face picture over and over again. Use the same phrase for your brand message. Mine is shine on camera and shine on stage. You'll go to all my different social media platforms and you will find the same face, the same message. It may sound boring, but if you want to make sure people find you and find you easily, create a media empire that they cannot miss you and always point it back to you. Now, pointing it back to you is also important on where you're going to point them to. I point them primarily to my website. That's usually a great place I have people go, is to your website. My second key place is my YouTube channel. I create video content. I stream live every day, multiple times. So I have original content every single day. I want them to go to my YouTube channel. Those are my main landing pages to learn about Trigger. What are yours? Don't keep taking them to 10 different places. Wherever they go to your little social channels, drive them back to the main page that your empire is built on. It's a game changer. It will really drive people to you more and more. And this is what every network is doing. Let me tell you, this has been a game changer for me. When I live stream, here's what I do every month. Every month, I do 2 p.m. live. I just got done a little bit ago with 2 p.m. live. It streams live on 2 Facebook channels, on Twitter, on YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every day, 5 channels. So that means I have over 20 shows per month streaming live for 15 minutes. It's a mini show like we're doing here. Then I have my main show, How to Rock the Stage. That's a 40-minute show. And I interview different guests. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Hollywood. And I have 2 director-writers coming on the show. Well, that's 4 times a month. So I'm up to 24 times per month streaming live. And then I work with the National Speakers Association. And I do 3 events for them, live streaming. Every month, I'm doing a minimum of 27 live shows. Now, I'm crazy because I'm built for this. I've been doing this for a long time. But that all points back to my YouTube channel. That's driving the bus for seeing me on camera, learning what I do, and helping people like you. Now, another way to build out your media empire is become a go-to expert speaker. You're not just a motivational speaker. You're not just an author speaker. You want to brand yourself in a way that you are the expert of your industry. Yeah, whatever industry you're in, whatever business you're in, you have unique skills and insights that nobody else has. Think about how you can leverage that as a motivational public speaker, but you now call yourself an expert of blank. Let's say you work on cars, you're a car mechanic, but you don't work on just any old car. You work on Ferraris, classic Ferraris. That's your specialty. You want to be able to speak on stage about the uniqueness, the power, the engine type, how to repair a classic Ferrari. Not a Ford Pinto, not a Yugo, but a Ferrari. People will lean into that and know you're unique, you're an expert, and you will shine brighter and brighter because you know how to brand yourself and market yourself in a way that is going to continue to get people's attention. A big part of building your media empire is you're going to have to learn media skills. I coach media skills. That's one of the hearts of what we do at Rock the Stage Media. You want to be on every podcast you can. You want to create your own podcast if you can as well. But interview skills are one of the best lead magnets to get more business, to tell your story. But there are skills that come with that. Sound bites. The president gives a quote, and every newspaper, every media outlet grabs the same little clip. It's a soundbite. It was planned. It was prepared. They knew it was going to catch the attention. But it came out of the president's mouth like it was accidental. That's practice. That's prepared. You want to learn how to tell your stories. Tell the brand message. Tell that brand story that I first referenced. You want to be able to have a quick little comment that is always going to grab people's attention. I've already said mine. I help you shine on camera and shine on stage to elevate you and your brand authority. I say that in every interview. Again, it may sound boring to you, but this is mission critical if you're going to build a media brand empire. I tell the people I coach, you'll get sick of saying it long before people ever hear it. You need to repeat, repeat, repeat. One more thing I'm going to point out before you wrap down here today is the power of repurposing. This is the most underrated area of anything I coach and speak because people do not understand. You may have heard of repurposing your content. Again, I've been doing this for 36 years. I have content that goes back years and years and years. Do you know what some of the best content that is getting picked up right now, having the greatest impact right now? Is my content from 10 years ago. My team is sending out clips from that old content. It's still great message. It's still great content. But they're combining it with current messaging and showing then and now. We're replaying old material and people are loving it. Again, your content can last forever. We have this mindset that we think I played it once, everyone saw it, no one needs to see it again. No, the media universe is so big. You're on a global stage now. You can replay it and repurpose it. If you understand this, let me share from TV itself again. The original I Love Lucy show back in the 60s, 50s, everything back then was played once and it would disappear, never be seen again. Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball were married. They had their own production company and they said, what if we replayed a show? Because they had a little boy named Ricky, their son. Well, he was getting older. Well, what if we replayed the early shows to show young Ricky? And replays were born. That's how it all began. Never before was it done. And then syndication came about, and if you got to 100 episodes, other TV stations would replay and replay. MASH was one of those other shows. MASH became a hit 3 or 4 years into it. Not at the beginning. MASH was going to bomb. It was terrible, they said. It was too dramatic and confusing. But when they went to late night reruns, MASH went up and up and up in reruns. And finally, if you really want to understand this, Star Trek is about ready to celebrate 60 years of Star Trek. The original Captain Kirk, William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy are still in reruns from almost 60 years ago. And people flock to it. Leverage your media. Replay your media. Repurpose your media. That is going to be a big changer because people want to know about you. They want to know about you then. They want to know about you now. And depending on how you wrap it up together, you can pull an old nugget out. And remember, you want to put a link in your short nuggets, in your short material. Shorts are all big right now, from TikTok to YouTube, Twitter. Use your short to tease it up like a commercial. That's basically what it is. Put a link in there to drive it back to the full content. And the full content will get played and get played. That's what literally is being done on my YouTube channel right now, my media content. I'm producing everyday new content while I'm leveraging old content. Let me go back to Disney. Walt Disney has been known for great classic movies. And every so often, Disney will say, we're putting it back in the vault. You're not going to see it. It's gone. And then 10 years later, there's this big deal. Disney, back from the vault. And they are celebrating their old show that you can now buy, purchase, get. Do that with your content. Intentionally stuff some away, hide some away, build your media brand empire, and then bring it back out as if it's just as powerful as Disney. Why? Because it is. The media brand of you. It all goes back to you. If you take nothing else away from what I've talked about here today is own the fact that you are an expert. Own the fact that people do not buy products. They buy who they know, like, and trust. Learn to leverage that. Learn to embrace the power of media. Learn to become a media brand. Leverage your personality, your information, your expertise, and step on stage, whatever stage that is, and rock it because you are the brand. I want to share with you a free gift today. As you build out your media empire, so you learn about what I'm talking about, you're going to scan this QR code. That QR code is going to take you to my website, and you're going to get a free download of other branding marketing tips. It's a simple reminder of some of the things I talked about today. Some people take notes. Some people like to watch the recordings, but sometimes you need a little nudge, a little reminder. So simply grab your phone, hit the QR code, absolutely free. Grab this. Now, if you want to learn more about me and what I do and how I help and coach people with this media savvy world we live in, you can feel free to also get a hold of this QR code. This one will connect directly to me. You can learn about my shows, how I coach people, who I work with. I would love to help you. More than any other thing, the world has changed. You can become NBC, CBS. If you're interested in creating a podcast or a streaming show like I do that has video content, contact me. I'd love to help you to build that media empire so you can rock your stage. Thanks for having me here today. I've really enjoyed sharing. I hope this has been helpful. And again, thanks to Luminary Leaders for allowing me to step on stage here today.